Welcome to Growing Minds Through Stories, where wisdom meets storytelling. Unlock timeless lessons on finance, success, and life through powerful narratives from history to today. Ready to grow your...
Karan, a bright-eyed graduate, had just landed his dream job as a software engineer. He was earning a good salary and felt on top of the world. Life was good. He had finally moved out of his parents' house and was excited to start his own life in his own apartment. He even started treating himself to things he had always wanted, like the latest gadgets and designer clothes. At first, Karan was able to manage his expenses. He was making more money than he ever had before. But gradually, his lifestyle started to outpace his income. He found himself swiping his credit card more often. He justified it by telling himself he could pay it off later. After all, he had a good job. Then came the unexpected. His motorcycle, his primary mode of transport, broke down. The repairs were going to cost a significant chunk of his savings. Reluctantly, Karan decided to put the repairs on his credit card. He told himself it was an emergency, and he would pay it off soon. This was the start of Karan's debt spiral. What began as small, seemingly manageable loans soon spiraled into a mountain of debt that felt impossible to overcome. He was trapped in a cycle of borrowing, paying, and borrowing again. Karan's initial foray into debt with his motorcycle repair seemed manageable at first. He had a plan to pay it off. However, life had a way of throwing curveballs. His rent increased, unexpected medical bills popped up, and his social life, fueled by dinners and drinks with friends, added to his expenses. To keep up with his lifestyle and expenses, Karan found himself relying more and more on credit cards and personal loans. He juggled multiple credit cards, making minimum payments on each while maxing out others. The easy access to credit made it deceptively simple to accumulate debt. What started as a few small debts quickly snowballed into a massive burden. Karan's initial confidence in his ability to manage his finances was replaced by a gnawing anxiety about his growing debt. He was caught in a debt spiral, and the way out seemed unclear and daunting. Karan's situation is not unique. Millions of people around the world find themselves stuck in a similar debt cycle. The reason is simple. Borrowing money keeps you poor. When you borrow, you are essentially spending money you haven't earned yet. This creates a dangerous cycle of dependence on credit and loans. The fundamental problem with borrowing is that it comes at a cost: interest. Interest is the fee you pay for borrowing money. The higher the interest rate, the more expensive borrowing becomes. This interest payment eats into your future income, making it harder to save money, invest, and build wealth. Moreover, debt creates a psychological burden. The constant worry about repayments, the feeling of being trapped, and the stress of managing multiple debts can have a significant impact on your mental and emotional well-being. This stress can further affect your productivity, relationships, and overall quality of life. Section 4. The vicious cycle: interest rates, EMIs, and lifestyle inflation. Several factors contribute to the vicious cycle of debt. Firstly, high interest rates on credit cards and personal loans make it incredibly difficult to pay off debt quickly. The longer it takes to repay, the more you end up paying in interest, trapping you further in the debt cycle. Secondly, equated monthly installments, or EMIs, while seemingly convenient, can inhibit your ability to save and invest. EMIs break down large debts into smaller, manageable monthly payments. However, these fixed monthly payments can consume a significant portion of your income, leaving you with little room to save or invest for the future. Lastly, lifestyle inflation plays a significant role in perpetuating the debt cycle. As people earn more, they tend to spend more, upgrading their lifestyles to match their increased income. This often leads to taking on more debt to finance a lifestyle they cannot truly afford, creating a dangerous cycle of earning, spending, and borrowing. Section 5. The crushing weight of debt: emotional and mental toll. The financial burden of debt is undeniable, but the emotional and mental toll it takes can be equally devastating. Karan, once a carefree and optimistic individual, found himself consumed by anxiety and stress. The constant worry about his finances, the fear of debt collectors, and the shame of not being able to manage his money took a toll on his mental health. He withdrew from social gatherings, fearing judgment from his friends. His work performance suffered as he struggled to focus on his tasks, his mind constantly preoccupied with his financial woes. The joy and excitement he once felt about his life were replaced by a sense of hopelessness and despair. Debt can have a profound impact on relationships as well. The strain of financial instability can lead to arguments, resentment, and a breakdown of communication between couples and families. The constant stress and worry can create a tense and unhappy environment at home, affecting everyone involved. Section 6. Breaking Free. Karan's journey to financial freedom. Despite hitting rock bottom, Karan refused to let debt define his life. He realized he needed to take control of his finances and break free from the shackles of debt. His journey to financial freedom began with a simple but crucial step, acknowledging the problem. He took a hard look at his spending habits, created a detailed budget, and made a commitment to live within his means. He cut back on unnecessary expenses, downsized to a more affordable apartment, and sold off possessions he didn't need. To tackle his debt, Karan adopted the debt snowball method, focusing on paying off his smallest debt first, while making minimum payments on the others. This approach provided a sense of accomplishment with each small victory, motivating him to keep going. Furthermore, Karan focused on increasing his income. He took on freelance projects, honed his skills to qualify for a promotion at work, and explored other avenues to boost his earnings. Karan's journey was not easy, but his determination and commitment paved the way for a brighter financial future. He learned that true financial freedom comes not from material possessions or extravagant lifestyles, but from living within your means, avoiding debt, and making conscious choices about your money.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe my channel Growing Minds Through Stories.